Welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. This is Questions, Coffee, and Cars 218. How do you get questions in for these?
Follow along on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday I put a post out asking for questions. Once we gather them, the post is deleted and we start the show.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
I just bought new winter tires and alloy wheels, easier swap and less chance of damage to the expensive rims for my new Lexus NX 350h. I'm told I need to install OEM TPMS to ensure they work properly. Tire monitoring system, just to say. They're over 450 Canadian plus programming, but there is no spare run flat. So I wanted your opinion whether they are really necessary. Sadly, I'll have winters on for about 6 months.
Obviously, live in Quebec.
I don't know.
Or yeah, who knows? Yeah. Anywhere in Canada.
Could be anywhere. Or the U.S.
Yeah.
There's some cold spots too.
I would contact a reputable tire shop and ask them if they have generic TPMS sensors that can be programmed for your car. So yes, Lexus, obviously that's the best. It's the one that matches your car, but it's an expensive thing. But then if you look at it this way, if you're going to be using this set of wheels and tires over 4 years, it's not that much more. No. But it is, you know, a kick in the backside to pay it, but you might be able to get generic ones that they can program.
Yeah, a tire shop is going to be able to program them, but you check out the price. Like maybe there's not such a massive difference. I don't know if you've already done that.
So find out from a reputable tire shop if they can get generic ones or just bite the bullet.
Yeah.
But the last thing you want is the tire thing on for 6 months.
Well, that's what he was saying. It would kill him for 6 months to have that on.
You know what you do? You just get that black tape, that electrician tape, and put it right over there.
But I know if I asked Lexus, they would say,
oh, you got to go to the dealer.
You got to go to the
dealer.
It. So I didn't even bother because they would say the OEM ones are the best.
Your friend is the interwebs. And so what I would do is go to Facebook and type in Lexus NX group. And there's a group for every car, just so you know, if you've never done this. We've got the new Chevy Bolt. Yeah. I'm already a member of the Bolt forum.
I know. Zach was already a member before we bought it.
So I was getting all these things. So you can ask that question, and there'll be lots of owners, and they're usually very cordial people because they have the same car, and they'll answer your question.
And they want to help you.
They want to help.
Like they like to talk about their vehicle. I think it's great.
It's like us.
Yeah. The documentation fees for most dealers have increased, in some cases over $900. Do you know what is involved with these fees? They seem ridiculous to me. They're ridiculous to us as well. Mazda has really gone up in price.
Can you imagine?
I can't believe it.
This business, this industry has to stop with a lot of the nonsense that goes on. Can you imagine going to the grocery store and buying a can of Campbell's soup and checking out, and then they say, oh, hello, Zach, that's $1.89 plus freight, plus a documentation fee, and that's going to be another 60 cents before you take your can of soup home. Like, this business has got to stop with this nonsense. The price of the car is the price of the car. That's what, and so it is just a revenue center for the dealerships. That's all it is. And they'll tell you, well, the guy at the back that does the paperwork, he's got to get paid. Well, pay him. Pay him a salary. But yeah, our Bolt was just under $600.
Yeah, it was better than I thought it would be because some of them are a lot higher. I think our Civic at the time,
that was high.
That was
like
high.
$600-700.
They're really expensive now. You are not wrong. I'm not sure which one is $900. But they're all getting up there, and they keep increasing it. They're not staying the same.
It's 100% profit. That section is 100% profit for the dealer. And I know there's going to be dealer people that watch this and say, you're wrong.
And please write in and say what is included in the doc fee.
Yeah,
that's great if you're a dealer.
I remember, and it wasn't that long ago, when you bought a car, none of this nonsense existed. You didn't pay doc fees, or you could even negotiate, and you could even go in and say, hey, I'm interested in buying this car, but I'm not paying doc fees. And they would go, okay, yeah, that's fine. And
not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, even with our Chevrolet Bolt EUV, they were like, okay, and this is the doc fee, and we're just like, okay, whatever. If you had to sell one of your cars, which one would it be and why? You know what, Zach and I talk about this often because now we own 6 cars, which is a bit ridiculous. Ready? We're gonna do... But I don't know if I can.
Okay, let's just do a 3, 2, 1.
I don't know how to. Okay.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Miata. I knew you were going to do that.
You know, okay, do it again. I know.
3, 2, 1.
GTI.
Miata.
And we talk about this often. And he
Andrea
goes, well, let's
says,
just sell the Miata. And I said, well, why don't you sell the GTI?
Yeah, so there
Like,
you go.
I drive the Miata more. He drives the GTI more. So those are the ones we're going to pick
They're
right
kind
away.
of exclusive. The
Yeah.
GTI is kind of so the interesting thing is about the GTI, and then because we wanted a manual little runaround car,
Yeah.
and then the MX-5 showed up in our life just months later.
I know.
So within a couple of months, we went from having no little runaround manual car to 2 of them, just because of coincidence. It's a long story. We're not getting into it all. But the nice thing is they've kind of carved off into the his and hers cars.
They kind of have, and they sit beside each other on a parking
They
pad.
talk.
They talk, and they go, why won't she drive me? Why won't he drive me? No. We just don't. Like, Zach doesn't drive it that much.
I pull it out.
Drive it.
I'll tell you when I drive the Miata. To pull it out and wash it for Drea.
He does.
Because Andrea comes home and she'll say something like, oh man, I can't believe the dust in the back. His car is really dusty.
Why does it get so dusty back there?
Which is code for wash my car, right, Andrea?
Yeah. The GTI, even though there's lots of dust back there, because of the palmetto yellow, you can't really see the dust. But boy, that Miata with the red. And I always like to go out if it's super clean, because then it just looks so good. Like,
I got to tell you a little something.
What a gorgeous color.
I'm on garbage duty every night. Excuse me. I take the recycling and the garbage out every night to the laneway. Mm-hmm. And I open the garage and I put the garbage in the garbage can and I look at both of them. Mm. And they're chatting with each other. There you go.
Now that we have the Sonata Hybrid available for the Canadian market again, and it's priced less than the Civic, do you really think it's a better buy? Also, is there any chance, if we are going to review it soon, keep up the good work?
This is news to me. So the Sonata's back with hybrid.
Back.
We said when we drove it, we said,
complained.
what the hell, Hyundai? Why? Like, can you not read the room? Everybody wants hybrids. That's the one to get. And you know what? There's a compelling argument there. There's a hell of a lot more car than a Civic for the price.
You know, it's funny, when we reviewed the Sonata, I wrote to Hyundai Canada because the U.S. still had that hybrid option. And I'm like, why? I don't get it. Like, people are demanding hybrids these days. And they said, well, we can pivot if the market demands it. So obviously the market demanded it. Sonata's not a big seller in Canada anyway, but you're not wrong about the price point. It's listed at under 39,000 Canadian, including freight, PDI, and fees. That's a great price. Comes loaded with some good features. I don't know, you've got more space. It's really up to you and what you, I think you're going to have more fun with the Civic Hybrid.
Yeah. Listen, I think
I like it.
I would just skip, if you're looking at a bigger car with more features and everything, just get a Camry Hybrid. The Camry Hybrid is priced really, really well. Even compared to the Civic Hybrid, it's a lot more car for the money. It isn't as fun. It's not as fun, but and if it was between the Camry and the Sonata, I would get with Camry. And
really, they priced the base model in Canada and loaded it up with some pretty good features at an affordable price point for a hybrid in the mid-size class. In the US, you actually have a lower base trim with a few less features, but in the US, many consumers actually buy that base model a little bit more stripped down.
Interesting stat. So I believe last year Camry sold about 9,000 units in Canada. Not very many. 300,000 Camrys in the United States. Like, it's just crazy.
They like their midsize.
They love midsize cars in the US, and in Canada we like compact cars like Civic and Corolla. The numbers just aren't there for Camry. No. So if you're looking at Camry, you might, they might be able to get one, and the price might not be too bad because people aren't looking at midsize in Canada.
No, but nothing wrong with the Sonata Hybrid. I mean, I do believe it's priced well, and only one trim is being offered in Canada and the US. I'm interested in the 2025 Toyota RAV4 and the 2026 Kia Sportage. What are your experiences regarding the following two topics? First, the transition from electric drive to combustion engine drive. So this is obviously the plug-in hybrid. Second, how long can both cars drive purely on electric power without interruption? They're both different.
Well, they're
I
quite
mean,
different.
They're different.
And so you've got plug-in with this, the RAV4, right? That has 68 kilometers of range.
Yeah.
And the Sportage and the Tucson plug-ins are down around 50.
53 for the Sportage,
Yeah.
so it's 33 miles. 53 kilometers, 33 miles.
So there's quite a big difference in EV range, but there's also a huge difference in price. Like the Toyota is so much more expensive.
So much more expensive. And one thing I do find, though, about the RAV4 plug-in hybrid versus the Sportage is that the gas engine goes on more often in the Kia than it does in the RAV4 plug-in hybrid. Yet you can drive them, both up to 140 kilometers per hour, which is 87 miles per hour. I just want to say
In pure EV.
Pure EV, that was confirmed by Toyota, but it's not confirmed by Kia. But when I went on to some Facebook forums, people are saying, look, I've driven it up to 75 miles per hour, 80 and 85 miles per hour.
I would say
in pure EV mode. Unless you need that extra power, the gas engine is coming on.
Because the Toyota has a heat pump and the Kia and the Hyundai do not.
No.
So if you want cabin heat, you have to use the gasoline engine. So in cold weather, results will vary. So you're going to have the gas engine coming on a lot more to create cabin heat. So the RAV4 is more efficient. It's more efficient through most of its drive cycle and is more efficient when the battery is depleted and is more money, but it is more car. And that transition from gas to electric and back and forth, you've got to try it out to see whether it's too abrupt for your taste, because it's all down to sensitivity and what you're used to.
And I have to say, when we drove my mom's Tucson plug-in hybrid for the first time, right away the gas engine went on. And then
But it was cold. It was in November.
Exactly. Like to heat the cabin, it's coming on, whereas the RAV4 gas engine doesn't come on as often. Also, the plug-in hybrid for the RAV4 has an ECVT, and the Kia has a 6-speed automatic transmission. So you're always going to have better fuel economy with an ECVT versus an automatic transmission. But they're both very good, and they're both quite quiet, actually.
And also, if you're in that world, try the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in. Surprisingly good.
If I asked a question last time, but it didn't make it in your episode, can I ask the same question on another Sunday?
No, never.
Hoping this time it might make it in the episode and I get your answer for it. How does choosing questions work? Are you able to answer all the good questions that you posted, or sometimes you miss out on good ones because of time constraints?
Well, it all comes down to, Andrea picks the questions. It comes down to, we don't want to answer the same question every week.
Yeah, we switch it up. I mean, this is a good question to ask for sure. We don't want to answer the same question every week, so we try and switch it up. So sometimes people do ask the same question, so I don't pick it because maybe they missed the last 2 episodes, let's say. So your question will not get picked if we already answered it recently. Sometimes we'll revisit a question because, like, say episode 100 had the question.
Yeah, but that's ages ago.
So we'll answer it again. However, sometimes you're right. Sometimes I've got a whole list of questions and
we natter on.
We don't have enough time. But what I will do, if it's a really good question, I will push it to the following week and put it in that one.
Or you put it at the beginning. And the problem is that we often, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we go off the rails a little bit.
Sometimes.
We divert and we go down back alleys and side streets and we finally come back to Main Street and start answering questions. But the thing is, if we just answered the most popular questions, it would be every week. RAV4 hybrid versus CRV. I mean, we don't want to do that every week.
MX versus RX.
Yeah, I mean, like so you should go back and watch the old ones. There you go.
Someone asked a question, Palisade versus MDX, but we answered that
last week.
So I'm not going to pick it again because we've already covered it. That's kind of what we do.
The advice is get your question in early and come up with some unique question that maybe we haven't covered before.
And I leave the post up for quite some time. Like sometimes it's up for a whole hour. I'm trying to just pick some different questions and also give people the opportunity to get a question in. Looking for a hybrid SUV for a family of 3 with passenger riding comfort is a priority. Quiet, Good suspension, reasonable legroom, independent AC control, good cargo space, stuff for summer camping and fishing. Thank you. And yes, I've hit the subscribe button.
So what kind of car do they want?
They're looking for a hybrid for a family of 3, an SUV.
See? What hybrid should I buy? It's not a bad question.
It's a good question.
I would say
For quietness, we know what we're going to pick.
a 3-row SUV?
No, just a hybrid for a family of 3. So I would say compact class is good enough for a family of 3. You don't need a 3-row.
No.
Tucson and Sportage are going to deliver the quietest cabin
And then
of all
CRV,
of them.
and then
CRV I would put at 3rd. We can't talk about the new 2026 RAV4, but it is possible that the review has gone out. No, it hasn't. I think it's still
No,
a
it's still
few
next
more
week.
days before the embargo lifts on the 22nd or 23rd.
Hey, listen, if you like the idea of being the outdoorsy camping kind of people, maybe you want to get that Trail Sport CRV. It's kind of cool.
I
Kinda fun.
like that, especially in the green with the lighter interior.
It could be your whole vibe. It's not really more outdoorsy. It's just a cosmetic thing. So if you're a family of 3, I'm guessing maybe you've just got a little one and you need storage for strollers and stuff like that. I'm just reading between the lines. I mean, the CRV is going to be hard to beat for that.
The CRV, Sportage, and Tucson are the largest compact SUVs in their class. Now, Mazda says the CX-5, that new one, that 2026 model, is going to offer best-in-class rear seat legroom. We'll see. We haven't sat back there
But their
yet.
hybrid isn't coming for a year after. So
No.
they're introducing the all-new CX-5 as gas only, and then the hybrid will come after that. I still think if you like the whole camping idea, have a look at that Trail Sport CRV.
It looks good. Tucson Hybrid versus CX-50 Hybrid for mileage and driving feel. So in Canada, we're no longer carrying the CX-50 because it's made in the U.S., and it's because of tariffs. So that's out for the Canadian market. I assume this is the US. They're both very different. The CX-50 Hybrid has the Toyota powertrain with an ECVT. The Tucson has a 6-speed automatic transmission. The Tucson Hybrid is quieter than the CX-50, but you're going to get better mileage with the CX-50 because of the ECVT.
Okay, so take the RAV4 hybrid powertrain out of a RAV4 and plug it in the Mazda. That's what that is. So you're getting RAV4 hybrid system in that sort of wagony looking CX-50. If you live in the US and you can get that, try it out. You might love it. The Tucson, back to the point we made with the last one, is one of the biggest. It's super quiet, comfortable, and is a very different drive from the Mazda. Very, very different drive.
I have to say that it's tuned for comfort, the Hyundai. The Mazda CX-50 is tuned more for fun, for a hybrid. It is much more engaging to drive. It's actually kind of fun for a hybrid SUV.
But I just want to preface this, that the CX-50 hybrid is in its first year. Now, it's got a Toyota hybrid system in it, but it's also the first year of integration with this platform. So we'll have to wait and see if it's as reliable as the Toyota. We're hoping it will be, and it probably will be, but that's just something to consider.
Okay, just one more, Zach,
Oh,
because
one
then I
more.
got
Yeah.
all the questions
Okay.
done that we picked. How do you feel that government, I don't know if you can answer this quickly, but we'll try. How do you feel that governments are starting to drop or reevaluate the 100% EV sales by 2035 or similar mandates?
Okay, my answer is very short.
Okay.
You know why? I'm going to use my line.
Okay.
Whenever I do a radio interview on this, I use this line. You know what's happening is the reality is crashing into ideology.
Yes.
The ideology was everyone's going to drive an electric car and the government's going to tell you you have to buy an electric car by 2035. The reality is, don't tell people what kind of car they can drive. They're going to rebel against that, which they have. And the adoption of electric cars in North America is running between 6 and 7%. In 10 years, the reality is we're not going to be at 100%. So the ideology has to change. They have to modulate whatever the mandate is.
People should be able to buy what they want to buy. Simply put, there are a lot of discounts for electric vehicles right now, a ton of money on the hood. Doesn't matter where you go. They are just not selling at the pace that manufacturers thought that they would sell at. The Chevrolet Equinox in Canada is killing it. It is the #1 selling vehicle now. They've revealed the Bolt with an incredible price point. Chevrolet is really pushing forward. Where Chevrolet dropped the ball and some others like Volkswagen, no hybrids. So now they have to pivot because the market is demanding hybrids, and hybrids, if they have some sort of an EV mandate, should be included in that.
Okay, I just want to say to all the haters out there, you know who you are. You've been saying, Zach, why do you hate EVs? You know, you're political about this, and I've been the same ideology for me is the market isn't ready to do 100% EV by 2035. It isn't. It is not. And you know what? I am being proven to be correct. But the best part of all of this, Andrea, is people say, why do you hate EVs? And you know what? We bought an EV.
By the
so
way,
there you go. So all those haters out there, Zach, you hate EVs. Guess what we have? We bought an EV.
By the way, we bought a Bolt EUV and we have a level 2 charger at home. So we're all in now.
We're not all in, but one of our cars is an EV. I just think it's great because so many people say, Zach, you hate EVs. And that's like, I don't hate EVs. I just don't want the government telling everybody what the hell they can buy.
For sure. And I also want to add that electric vehicles depreciate substantially in the first 3 years. So either lease it and give it back and lease again, or buy it, keep it for a long period of time, or buy a used one like we did.
Buy a used one, heavily discounted, and just ride it out.
Just ride it out.
We got to go because we've had a lot of coffee and I got to go to the bathroom. Andrea, how do you get a question in?
Follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday I put a post out on Instagram asking for questions. Once we gather the questions, the post is deleted and we start the show. Thanks for watching.